Well, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am on my way to Dundalk. So from my house it probably takes about 40 minutes to get up to Dundalk. I got a phone call off Hayley to say that she was on her way down. She has her driving lesson, so she's only staying overnight because it's her best friend's birthday and they're going up and going out, but she had to come down to do her driving lesson. So yeah, so that's where I'm on my way up to. I'm going to treat myself to a Starbucks because we hit 8,000 subscribers on YouTube, which I am over. 1,000 people want to watch my video. It blows my mind. And I have to say, shout out to Carl, because there was times when I was just like, I'm not cut out for this or whatever. There was mean comments there and stuff. And he's been my little cheerleader in the background. So an awful lot of credit goes to him. Like, he would be so basic as to go, do you know how many coaches, 54-seater coaches or 52-seater coaches that is? Do you know, like, he's great at putting things in easy to reference, you know? So yeah, so I am so happy. I'm so proud of myself. I am so proud of Carl and the girls, because they've all, in fairness to them, they've all contributed to it. Be it editing, be it just getting rid of comments before I even see them. If it's being in my videos, the girls have been in my videos. As you know, Carl doesn't like being in the video. He doesn't mind his voice in the video. He doesn't want his face, which is fine. I understand that. And after all, it is my channel and that's his choice. And being an adult, he has free choice. I'm never going to stick my kids' faces in it without asking them, like. But yeah, we're all just so chuffed. Even the girls, God bless them, they were like on WhatsApp going, Mom, you're at such a number, and like at 998 and 999, and oh my god. Then I hit 1,000, and then it was like, oh my god, you know. And this was like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was a ridiculous hour of the morning. But yeah, so, and now Hayley's coming home. So I feel like treating myself to a Starbucks. That's what I feel like doing. And that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to collect Hayley. We've nothing really planned. She's down, as I said, she's a driving lesson, and then she's heading straight back up. So it's not as if she's down for a while. It's a flying visit. And with Kerry and Galway then, she has her driving lesson tomorrow as well, I think. But she's on her last driving lesson. This is Hayley's first driving lesson, so they're all different stages. And Carl is like, I'm waiting for all them to sort it out first and then I'll do it. And I was like, that's cool. Love that. Oh, a little bit of argy-bargy going on. But yeah, the rugby's starting back this weekend. So myself and Tony are pretty chuffed with that now, I have to say. It just means 2 days of sitting in front of the fire and snuggling, which I'm chuffed with, and he doesn't object. Well, if he does, I don't understand his objections, and he sits there and snuggles into me. So, but yeah, so it's been a very good weekend. Hitting 1,000 subscribers. Rugby's back. Hayley's coming down. She's starting her driving lessons. Got Carl sorted for sitting his leaving cert because he does online schooling. He's not associated with a school, but you have to sit state exams in a school. So went back up to his old school and went, look, any chance he could sit here for the exams? And they were like, yeah, sure, no problem. Problem is, he doesn't have a school uniform. And I did explain this to the teachers. I said he doesn't have a school uniform. She was like, that's no problem. Just tell him not to come in anything gaudy. Now, what she is probably my age, if not a bit older. What she would class as gaudy, what I would class as gaudy, and what Carl would class as gaudy, maybe different. So I just said to him, if you can wear a black hoodie or something, just go in, just don't wear yellow or don't wear. So he was like, oh, okay. So that's sort of the compromise we came to. Black, navy, or a dark colour anyway, not bright yellow or any bright colours. We think that would be okay. So yeah, so that's where I'm going. So I'm going to just leave it there, guys, because I am excited. And the other thing I loved, the other thing I loved was so many people who have been like watching my videos for a while, and they've said it in comments, like, watching your video for a while, just wanted to say, and I love hearing and seeing people coming out and chatting in the comments. I mean, I love it, absolutely love it. And it's lovely to see, and it's lovely people getting the confidence to do that, because it is a bit, what would you say, putting your comment on there and you're like, even me, I'm very shy about putting comments on people's videos, but I love seeing them, I love reading them, and I love answering them. So yeah, so thank you for everybody who has commented, even those that aren't in the comments, that are in the background going, go Orla, I feel you, and I thank you gratefully and graciously from the bottom of my heart. I mean, I'm one day I'll probably cry, because I'm just, that's why Hayley was like, are you going to do a live? I was going, no, because I'll cry. I will just cry. I am very emotionally at the moment. I was going to say I'm emotionally unstable. I'm not emotionally unstable. As I said, there's a lot of things going on. Still none the wiser, so I still can't share it with you because I have absolutely no details. But I might share some of what's going on in an upcoming video. I am recording a video I don't know if it'll ever see the light of day, but it's just about this experience and what's going on in the background, and the not knowing is actually killing me more than what's actually going on. It's not knowing the details. So yeah, but look, I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole, because I'll start overthinking, and that's it, I'm gone for the day then. But yeah, so on my way to Dundalk, collect up the baby, then I'm going to go Starbucks. Might go Starbucks beforehand. Depends if I might text her and see if she's grouchy. If she's grouchy, we go Starbucks beforehand. If she's not grouchy, we might bring her to Starbucks, because she was up very early. And my Hayley is the type who, when she gets up, when someone says they're leaving at 10 o'clock, she's up ready and is ready to go on the dot of 10 o'clock. She has no patience for dawdling around if you're going somewhere. That's why when we're travelling with Hayley, Hayley's the last person we will wake when we're ready to go out the door, because if you wake Hayley and she's ready, she gets into the most foul mood because no one else is ready, and you said you were leaving at this time. So yeah, so we just leave her asleep until we are literally, the car's packed, we're all done, and we're walking out the door, and I'm making my last coffee or whatever to give her a chance to go to the toilet. She literally gets up, gets dressed. Now, in fairness, she's organised, so she'd have everything done, like, so there'd be no arse around with her. She'll get up, go to the toilet. If she wants to grab a coffee in a travel mug, she'll do that, and then she's in the car and she's ready to go. And if you're waking her, you better be ready to go. You know, that type of way, where I would gladly stay up all night and just arse around. And my thing is ish. I'm a great believer in ish. 10-ish, 9-ish. That to me is good enough, like. Right, I'm waffling. I will talk to you later, guys. Hiya, can I get a strawberry and cream frappuccino?
Yeah, size.
Can I get large?
Cream on top?
Yes, please. And can I get a light pump of peppermint?
Peppermint and that, yeah.
Yep. And can I get a custard and apple crumble loaf?
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, don't know.
All right, thank you. Good morning, guys. It is the next day. We just had a really little robin redbreast just outside my window. Anyway, it's the next morning. Hayley's home. We just had a really chilled out evening. We chatted, watched a bit of telly, mainly chatted. It was lovely. It was lovely just catching up with her. The house is like a whirlwind. When I collected her in Dundalk yesterday, she had a little backpack on and a black sack of washing. So that's what I've been doing yesterday. Yes, putting on, drying, folding, repacking. So this morning, it is now 8:30. She has gone out on her driving lesson. The driving instructor collected her at 8 o'clock. and we have to be up at her friend's house by 11:30 so she can get a lift back up to Letterkenny because it's her friend's 19th birthday, and they're all arranged to go out. Just happened that her driving lesson fell today, so yeah, so the house is like a hurricane has been through it. So I'm going to drop her, going to wait for her to come back from her driving lesson. We'll have, if she's exhausted. Obviously she kept waking up during the night because she was excited. Out of all the kids, like Kerry sort of got to 18, was like, yeah, I need to learn to start to drive. Hayley from a very young child has always loved drives, always wanted to drive. So this is a big step for her. So yeah, she was awake on and off all night. Afraid she'd miss her alarm, excitement to getting up to do her driving lessons, etc. So yeah, so I'm actually just going to get a cup of coffee. I got up at 7 o'clock, made sure she had something to eat, bit of toast dinner before she went out for a driving lesson, and a cup of tea. So I'm waiting for her to come home now. I'm excited for her. Kerry had a driving lesson today and she's another one tomorrow, and that's her finished her driving lessons. And she can now apply for her test, and then obviously has to wait for the test. And there's quite long wait times, I think, at the moment. But anyway. Alright guys, so she's back from her lesson in one piece. She didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
And we are now heading up to Dundalk to drop you off at your friends.
Yeah.
Because you're bumming a lift up to Letterkenny off her.
Yeah.
Because it's her birthday party tonight.
Yeah.
All
I've been
right.
up since 7 a.m.
And you've been up since 7. Did you sleep last night at all?
Yeah, but it was a really bad sleep.
Or was it?
I got sleep paralysis in the first like half an hour out of sleep. Then I woke up again and I kept waking up because I knew I had to be up for like 7.
And afraid of sleeping in.
Yeah, even though I had like 10 alarms set.
I know. But that was excitement and nerves and everything combined into each other. But you got on okay.
Yeah, it was perfect.
And you did things you didn't do before.
Yeah, I did about 3 turns, which used to be called 3-point turns, but now they're not because you can do more than 3
turns.
But I did it in 3 turns.
Yeah.
So it was 3-point turn for me. I ended up doing like 3 of them. We got on the road, the main road, the road, yeah, but not like a motorway or something.
You're not allowed on motorways.
Yeah, but, and then I did a roundabout, and then I obviously did gears, going up, going down, and when do you go down, when do you go up, gripping point. But I knew a lot of the stuff because I've driven before.
Well, we let you, when you're down in Grandma's, we let you drive in the drive.
And Grandma makes me practice my reversing, my going forward, my going uphill, all that.
Yeah, and then we go out to the beach and you drive on the beach as well.
So
which is all obviously practice and gripping points and stuff. And
he said it was obvious I did have experience driving.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, I don't know anything. I don't know how to
You weren't a complete novice.
Yeah. I knew how to find gripping point. I knew how to go up gears. Going down gears was kind of new for me.
Yeah.
Especially like going down from 4th gear to 2nd gear. I did do a few blocking, like when you skip a gear. So like, say I'm coming to a stop, I see a red light. Yeah. Even though you might not stop at the red light, you'll go down in gear just in case.
Just in case it turns red. Yeah. As you approach, you prepare to stop even though it's, yeah.
And the roundabout, again, if someone was coming, I'd drop gears. No one was coming, so I just kept in 3rd gear and just...
Fish!
Took off. Because it was my first time on a roundabout, he did mostly hold the wheel and just helped me, like, feed it.
Yeah, but see, most driving is just experience. Yeah. And unfortunately, once you know the basics, there's not much else you can be taught till you get experience of. It's like your first crash, the first time you go to park, the first time. There's a first time for everything, and unfortunately you'll get better at it, but you have to practice. And how do you practice? You need experience. How do you get experience? You need to drive. You know, it's...
Yeah, like for me, it was like going around...
I mean, you saw the other day. I mean, I'm driving, nearly 30 years? And I still make mistakes.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm tired, especially if it's a long trip and it's getting to the end of a trip. So it's a constant...
Next year you'll be driving. Huh? Didn't you start driving at 17?
I was driving... Well, I was driving in the drive and around the garden.
No, but...
At about 15.
By 17, next year you're 24.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. So I'm getting old, Hayley.
Because in Ireland you have to do 12 hours, you have to do 12 lessons.
You have to do 12 before you can apply for your test.
Unless you have a car, you have 12 lessons and you only get insurance, loaner's insurance, if you have all your lessons done while you're waiting for your test. You can still drive around and practice. Obviously, so you'd have to be in a car. You're over 25, more than 2
I
years.
actually think I am a very good passenger when people are learning to drive. I'm very calm. I can be quite calm.
But also, I'm your daughter.
Yeah, no, it is different with your own children because you tend to sort of say, well, I've told you, why aren't you listening?
Yeah.
Like, I've been in cars where other people's children are learning to drive and they're driving us somewhere just to sort of show off. I'd have the patience. I'd have no problem. If I'm sitting behind a learner driver, I've no problem. I mean, no one was born driving.
Yeah.
And I think people forget that. Everybody has to learn. It's like everything in life. You know, no one's born knowing how to do it. And people learn at different rates. So, you know, have a bit of patience.
But for me, the one thing that I'd never done before is like actually going around the corner. Because obviously on the beach you can just turn. If there's no one
you're
there,
not having to.
You don't have to slow down if there's no one there.
Yeah.
You don't have to make sure you're close enough to the curb that you're not blocking someone else. You don't want to make sure you're angled right if you're going left, you know?
Yeah.
Angled right if you're going left. Angled at the correct angle to go left.
Yeah.
Like, I've never really... I think the closest I've done to that is when I was reversing down Grandma's
Drive.
Like, it's deep. Be interested to see, like, people who probably don't drive manuals are like, what the hell are they talking about? Gripping point, going down, going up.
For those who are in America or in a country that uses mainly automatics. Now, I'm quite lucky. I have driven both. I've owned cars of both. Personally, as I've got older and the drives have got longer, it's irrelevant to me if it's manual, because once you hit fifth gear and you're on a motorway, you're staying in fifth gear. And if you have cruise control, it's as good as an automatic.
Yeah.
The only time is driving around Dublin town, stuff like that. You sort of, I wish, or especially if you're caught in traffic, where you wish it was an automatic. But in Ireland and in most of Europe, to learn to drive and to do your driving test, it is preferred that you do it in a manual.
It's actually kind of hard to find automatic instructors.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
And it's just also cars are cheaper in manual because
Plus,
everyone drives them.
You pass your test in a manual, you automatically get a license for an automatic as well. But if you pass in an automatic, you cannot drive a manual. And manuals are still the most popular car. There are very few automatics.
Yeah.
I would, if I was buying a car now, I think just for pure laziness sake,
But you've driven long enough, you know how to drive. Like, I would get a manual.
I
just
would
to drive
be automatic, cruise control, heated seats. If I could hire someone to sit in the back of masseuse and just massage my shoulders as I was driving, I would.
But also for new drivers, like for me, I've wanted to drive since I was 7,
Yeah.
8. I want the manual. I want to be
But
able
I
to
also think
do all
manual
that.
is very good for coordination. You have to listen to the engine. You have to know when to change up gears. It's not...
You have to get to know your car.
Yeah, where I think learning and your first car being an automatic, it just drives for you. And I think that takes away an awful lot of the driver's experience. Because when you're driving along and you hear the cars begin to roar a little, you have to go up gears, or it's struggling, you're going down. They're all decisions you're having to make. And it's very good for multitasking and all the active sides of your brain. It gets everything.
But it's good for long drives and bad for long drives. It's good to keep your focus, but also you get tired very easily.
But again, when
You
you're
have
on
to
a long
listen.
drive, you know, you get to fifth gear. Well, this is six gears on it.
Most of them are 5.
Most of them are 5. So we say you hit top gear.
Yeah.
You hit your top gear in your things. If that's what your road is doing, you're just going to stick in that. Now, if you have cruise control, that's handy.
Yeah.
But if not, you're just going to stick at that. You're not changing up and down. It's when you go into the cities and stuff, then you have to. The only good thing is, I know no matter where I land in the world, on what side of the road they drive, and if it's automatic or manual, I can drive it. I can handle it.
Yeah.
Because I've done the manual, I've done the automatic, I've done right-hand drive, left-hand drive. I've driven in America, I've driven in continental Europe, I've driven in Ireland. And I think if you can drive, everywhere. I think if you can drive, and what I found interesting about driving, it opens the world to you. You get a great sense of freedom.
Well, for me personally, that's very, like, I have my own home and I have this, but I'm still relying on my friends. It'll be just another bit of more freedom for me.
Even I used to find, and this is where I think my love of driving came, I used to love getting into the car and just going somewhere. And bringing a book, bringing a coffee and just relaxing. But it was my freedom to choose where to go. It was to choose the time, to choose... And that I liked. And I liked the freedom. I wasn't relying on your dad. I wasn't relying on my dad. I wasn't relying on my mum. I was relying on me. And with that comes a great sense of independence. And I think people need that.
Yeah, but also, like, it would also just be beneficial for me to be able, when I'm able to drive. Not saying
Of course.
if I'm able to drive, when I'm able to drive, I'm literally doing my lessons.
But I mean, you think about it. We go over to Spain.
I like how you're just casual and not talking after your t-shirt doing emergency brake.
We go over to Spain.
Trying to see on his hazard. Sorry.
And I have Tony. Poor Tony. He breaches the weight restriction
On a plane. Yeah. Most dogs do though.
Actually, I don't even think though you can fly dogs in Ireland. I don't think you can.
We like boats just as much, so it doesn't really stop us.
No, what I'm saying is, so we're thinking of going over to Spain the next trip. Me and Tony are going by car. And Grandma maybe. Or she might fly. She might fly with Kerry.
Yeah.
But the kids are going to fly over because they'll all be in college. Now me and Tony will hit the road. But that is freedom. I can get a ferry, land in mainland Europe, and just drive. And if I couldn't drive, I couldn't do that. Now I know you could get trains, you could get stuff, but that to me is a great sense of, again, independence.
You can go at any time when you want, like.
Yeah.
Like, is this a lot of freedom?
Yeah.
Like, I just love just driving, and you know, like.
Yeah.
I just love driving.
So anyway, you're heading back up to Letterkenny.
Yeah.
You're going partying tonight.
No drinking though.
No drinking, because our Hayley has found out. Do you want to tell them the news?
I am.
You are
allergic? Or an intolerance? Or there's something that is not.
There is something in the alcohol
that I'm having a reaction to, and it's making me violently ill.
For days after,
whenever I drink.
And it's not as if, like, oh, she's gone on a bender, or she's after going out and having 20 pints when anybody's liver would give up at that stage.
But it was literally just drinking at home with my friends.
It was like having a Baileys.
Having a shot and
anything, and she literally would ring me and she'd be like,
I'm vomiting up my guts.
Yeah, for like 2-3 days.
And then for hours each day.
Yeah.
So
we had a consultation. And a doctor said there was probably something in it.
It could be like the wheat.
It could be anything.
It could be anything.
One element that you could be allergic to, or it could be 10 elements you're allergic to. We are going to do an allergy test. It's going to be a whole other thing. But
it's not normal.
It's not normal. That's what she said. She said even with a hangover,
you can eat something and be fine.
You know, it tends to end. Hers doesn't end for days.
And also, I'm completely unfunctional. I can't do anything. You know, like with a hangover, you can function. You can do something.
Mosey around,
lying in bed for hours all day. I can't move barely. You know.
So the doctor just said to her, "There's something in there you're allergic to, and you're having obviously a violent reaction to." And I think
also it's alcohol as well.
That's it. And I think the other thing now, she wasn't trying to scare me, but she said at the moment she is reacting and she's vomiting and she's trying to get it out of her system. There may be a time when she would go in and her body can't cope because she's had 2 or 3 days of drinking or whatever, and she could go into anaphylaxis.
But also, there's also like, as someone who has migraines, if I'm throwing up, I'm dehydrated, I'm obviously not hungry because I'm vomiting. Like, I can go days without eating then, and that's not healthy either. So
the doctor just said the only thing I can advise you to do, could we do these allergy tests and we find out exactly what it is do not drink, and then take a note of everything you eat that is causing you.
And maybe wait a few months before you start drinking again, then start really slow, like maybe just drink one
and hopefully
alcohol,
by that stage, and she was like, hopefully by that stage we'll have the allergy results in.
Very close to that line.
Yeah. Sorry, Hayley's done her, because of her driving lesson, and the instructor pointing out so much, she's now pointing them out as we're driving, going, that person's doing that wrong.
You're supposed to be a meter, a door's length away from a curb.
Sidewalk.
Pathway. What do we call it? Path.
Right, lads, we're going to go because we're going to boot up the motorway and get to her friends. We're meant to be there for half. Pushing it a little. But we're going to go there and we will talk to you before she goes. Alright, so we just dropped Hayley off at her friend's house. They were cleaning the car. It was actually her birthday, I think it was yesterday. and they went out for with her brothers and sisters and mum and dad, I suppose, and all them. So they're heading back up today to have a little get together with her friends up in Letterkenny, which is nice. Right, I am going to head home. I am going to go back to bed, I think, for a little nap, because the rugby's on at 2:30, so I want to be up again. I'm going to read some of my book. I'm nearly finished my Jean Coots book. Absolutely brilliant of a thriller. If you don't like graphic descriptions, it's probably not the book for you. It is a thriller, and there's a lot of murder in it, and descriptions of the murders. If you're not into that, or you find gruesome stuff like that a bit gory, you don't like it, it's not the book. But it's actually I found it a very, very good book. I did find at times I was reading chapters and I had to stop and sort of go asleep and read it tomorrow in the daylight when your mind isn't so, yeah. So that is what I think I am going to do. So we will see how the rest of today goes. Alright guys, I'm back from dropping Hayley. I had about 30-minute nap. Mr. Tony's here with me. We're all excited for the match. Aren't we excited for the match? Yeah, okay. I got him some treats to keep him quiet during the match. Got myself a Starbucks on the way back down after getting Hayley. Or after dropping Hayley off. Going in to watch the match. Can I just say, because she was only down overnight, last night we had dinner and we had coffee and we were chatting and we were doing, and you know when you're doing something, you say, I don't want to leave it, I'll do it in the morning. Don't worry about putting that in the dishwasher, I'll do it in the morning. Don't worry about emptying the dishwasher, I'll do it in the morning. Yeah. The kitchen is like someone had a grenade, took out the pen, threw it into my kitchen, shut the door and everything exploded. She was only here for one night. Anyway, we'll get it sorted. But yeah, so I'm going in, well, I'm not lighting the fire yet, it's not cold enough yet to light the fire. Gonna make a coffee, go in, sit down, watch the match with my pup. So it's me and the pup. TV. We're going to watch some rugby, Tony. Oh, you're getting into a better position. Yeah. I love you. I love you. You're so good. And I have treats for the pup, so don't be worrying. If he gets bored, we have a treat. I've got my frappuccino and a little cake. Oh, Tony, you hurt my arm. And he has got, let me show the people what you got. He has steak strips. So we are going to watch the match, have some steak strips. Oh, he loves the rugby. Loves the rugby, don't we, pal? Right, guys, gonna go watch my match. I'm all excited. Me and me pal, we're gonna watch the match and we'll be happy out. He's just staring at it, he loves it. They're not even playing rugby, they're only singing the national anthems. The rugby's back on. We have a happy pup. He's even got his snacks. He's got beefsteak snacks. Interesting stuff this. It's only been on 1 minute 30.